Why the first $100,000 is the hardest and how to reach it faster. Imagine waking up tomorrow and seeing $100,000 in your account. No debt stress, more freedom, more options. But here's the strange thing. For most people, the first $100,000 is the hardest money they will ever make. Not the second, not the third, just the first. Even legendary investor Charlie Munger once said, "The first $100,000 is a B, but you gotta do it. After that point, money starts working for you. Before that point, you're doing all the work." In this video, you'll learn why the first $100,000 is so difficult and the exact strategies that can help you reach it much faster. Let's get into it. First, let's understand why the first $100K feels impossible. The biggest reason is simple. You don't have money working for you yet. When you start from zero, your income comes from only one place: your job. That means every dollar you earn requires time and effort. Work more hours, earn more money, stop working, and the money stops too. This is the slowest stage of wealth building, because your time is limited. But something powerful happens when you start saving and investing. Your money begins to grow on its own. And that brings us to the second reason. The second reason the first $100K is hard is compound growth hasn't kicked in yet. At the beginning, investment returns feel tiny. For example, if you invest $1,000 and earn 10% in a year, you only make $100, not very exciting. But if you invest $100,000 and earn the same 10%, now you make $10,000 in a year, without doing anything. This is the power of compound interest. Money starts making money, and that money makes even more money. But the catch is, it takes time to reach that point. That's why the first $100K feels slow. But once you reach it, everything accelerates. Now let's talk about how to reach your first $100,000 faster. There are a few key habits that make the biggest difference. Habit number 1, focus on increasing your income. Many people try to build wealth by cutting small expenses, skipping coffee, canceling subscriptions, buying cheaper groceries. Those things help, but they won't make you rich. Your biggest financial weapon is your income. If you earn $40,000 a year, even saving 20% is only $8,000. But if you increase your income to $80,000, that same 20% becomes $16,000 per year. Now you're moving twice as fast. Look for ways to grow your income. Learn new skills. Switch to higher-paying industries. Ask for raises. Start a side hustle. Because the fastest way to reach $100K is to earn more money. Habit number 2, save aggressively in the beginning. The early stage of wealth building requires sacrifice. You don't have to live miserably, but you should avoid lifestyle inflation. This happens when your spending grows every time your income increases. You get a raise, and suddenly you upgrade your car, move to a bigger apartment, buy more expensive things. Before you know it, your income doubled, but your savings stayed the same. Wealthy people do the opposite. When their income increases, they increase their investments first. That's how they build wealth quickly. If possible, try saving 30% to 50% of your income during the early years. It may sound extreme, but it dramatically shortens the time it takes to reach your first $100K. Habit number 3, invest early and consistently. Saving money is important, but saving alone isn't enough. Inflation slowly reduces the value of cash. That's why investing is critical. Many beginners invest in the S&P 500 through low-cost index funds. Why? Because historically, the S&P 500 has returned around 7 to 10% per year over long periods. And the strategy is simple. Invest regularly. Don't try to time the market. And hold for the long term. Consistency beats perfection. Even small monthly investments grow into large amounts over time. Habit number 4. Avoid bad debt. Debt can quietly destroy your financial progress, especially high-interest debt like credit cards. If you're paying 20% interest on debt, your investments must grow more than 20% just to break even. That's extremely difficult. Before focusing heavily on investing, try to eliminate high-interest debt first. Once that weight is gone, your money can finally move forward instead of backward. Habit number 5. Be patient during the slow phase. This is where most people fail. The beginning feels frustrating. You save money, invest regularly, and after a year, you might only have $10,000. After 2 years, maybe $20,000. It feels slow.
But this stage is normal. The hardest part of building wealth is sticking with it long enough.
Most people quit before compound growth begins. But those who stay consistent eventually hit a turning point where their investments start growing faster than their savings. And that's when momentum begins. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine 2 people. Person A spends everything they earn. Person B saves and invests $1,000 every month. After 8 years, Person B reaches around $100,000 invested. Now something amazing happens. At a 10% return, that $100K can generate about $10,000 per year on its own, without extra work. And as the number grows, the returns grow too. At $200K, that same return becomes $20,000 per year. At $500K, it's $50,000 per year. This is why the first $100K changes everything. It turns your money into a wealth-building machine. There's also a psychological shift. Before $100K, saving feels like sacrifice. After $100K, growth becomes motivating. You check your account and see gains happening. Your investments start doing part of the work. And suddenly, wealth building feels possible. So let's recap the fastest path to your first $100,000. Increase your income. Save aggressively, invest consistently, avoid bad debt, and stay patient during the slow years. Simple ideas, but incredibly powerful. Here's the truth most people don't realize. Becoming wealthy isn't about one lucky moment. It's about small decisions repeated for years. Saving $1 more, investing $1 more month, working $1 more year toward your goal. Eventually, those small actions compound into something massive. So if you're starting from zero right now, don't feel discouraged. Every millionaire once started exactly where you are, with their first dollar saved. And if you stay consistent long enough, your first $100,000 isn't just possible, it's inevitable. And once you reach it, the journey to real wealth becomes much easier. If you enjoyed this video, remember, the habits you build today will determine the wealth you have tomorrow. Start small, stay consistent, and let time do the heavy lifting. Your future self will thank you.